GC, you know. This is not for the cowards. It's not for the Uncle Toms. But if you know what's going on, you'll understand. Let's get it. 400 years, bloodshed and tears. Lives lost and lives cost, and now the bill is here. My people robbed, y'all took our culture, yet you say forget. Well, let somebody rob your ass and you forget that shit. You won't forget, you didn't forget. And if I can't say shit about slavery, then don't bring up Hitler. So that's that shit you taught in slavery, forgive him, forget him. Well, look, I'm something like Nat Turner, fight back and remember, I got a different agenda. Look, I'm young, not scared, no fear, don't care, no hope in my blood, don't bring that ass around here. I'm here to wake up lions in the jungle and let them know too that if they catch you lurking, bite that ass around here. At the bottom's where they got us, in the squalor, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Now that I promise, and I don't know how much more you need to see to recognize that they're your enemies. Stevie Wonder can spot it. Only cowards be quiet, cause they scared of these tyrants. Y'all care too much about dying. Well, in this war, you might just have to give your life, cause freedom ain't free. They say it's priceless, the same way your life is. Bull Connor, racist cracker, heartless bastard, sicking dogs and hoes in my brothers back when King marched in Selma. And them racist police remained in the system, got rid of Connor, but the whites who rolled with Connor remained in the system. Would hate you and tell you to your face you a nigga. Type to spit on your grave or put a pistol to your temple. And now you wonder why police today keep getting off. Cause shit, them racists back then, now they run judicial systems. Catch up, peep game, too much ain't changed. Didn't love us then, don't love us, so respect us today. And now I'm racist and I'm violent cause abuse I won't take it. It's crazy how you turn the victims to the ones people blame. But no, I swear that now this is a different day. Say we young and fearless, act up and we'll meet you at your gates. We ain't never lived, so look to give our lives, it ain't a thing. I would rather die than live my life a ass-kissing slave. And at the bottom where they got us, in the squalor, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Now that I promise, and I don't know how much more you need to see to recognize that they're your enemies. Ray Charles could spot it. How much more you gotta see, huh? Only cowards be quiet, cause they scared of these tyrants. Y'all care too much about dying. Well, in this war, you might just have to give your life, cause freedom ain't free. They say it's priceless, the same way your life is. And what happened to fearless black men? My brother's been lacking. I see too many pretty boys who really about that action.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Oh well, I don't know what happened, man. It just stopped. So what's going on? Can you hear me? It seemed like I might have been having technical difficulties. Can you hear me? What's going on, Oni? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me out there on this Sunday, on this fine Sunday afternoon? Sun shining all pretty and whatnot. Here I am. Can y'all hear me? Okay, good, good. I named this one, Do We Have Allies? This was, because this is something, and only if you want to come up, right, I'll put the link in the chat. But this is something I wanted to talk about, something we've been discussing, right? You hear? You find people saying Russia. Every time something come up, you find a black man, somebody on some black person on social media want to say, what about Russia? As if Russia gonna help you. First, you know, the thing is, we always look outside of ourselves to find somebody to do something for you. But His Excellency, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said, any leadership that teaches you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you. That's what His Excellency, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said. So we have people talking about, let's go to Russia. Let's talk to the Russians. Let's talk to the Chinamans. Everybody is in this stuff for themselves, right? Everybody is. And anybody who's telling you that, acting like Russia have some type of beef, some type of problem with the United States of America, and they're going to just come and destroy the United States of America, right? America KKK. If Russia thought they could do that, they would do it. So I'm asking, do we have allies? Now I'm going to tell y'all where to find this up. You know, I was having technical difficulties, so I ain't gonna even try to put nothing up on the screen like that, because if I do, I can see I might not even finish this, right? But you can go to Trading Economics. Now we thinking these people fighting against one another. Go to tradingeconomics.com. And you can find, let me see, show y'all where I am. Trying to see, can y'all see this? Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Tradingeconomics.com. That's where I got this information from. And as of 2023, while we complaining and we taking sides, well, this white person better than that white person, and we're talking about, I say Team Black, but we truly don't have a team because we keep trying to reach out to someone else to come and do the work for our team that we should be doing. Now, this is as of 2023. Imports from Russia to the United States of America. Fertilizer, $1.62 billion in fertilizer, 2023. Inorganic chemicals, precious metals, precious metal compound, isotopes, 1.26 billion in 2023. Pearls, precious stones, metals, coins, 1.16 billion. Iron and steel, 207 million. Machinery, nuclear reactors. What's a nuclear reactor? Only can you answer that one for me? What's a nuclear reactor, man? Because they gone to the Russians for that. These the people that this is for the people that think you just gonna call Russia, and Russia gonna come over here and be super bad and come and fight for you when you don't even want to fight for yourself, right? Let's look at them. Let's look at them. I'm just naming all this money that Russia, who y'all think is the enemy to this country, to these people over here, right? All this money that they are getting from these people. All this money that they are making from the people here, right? Machinery, nuclear reactors and boilers, 117 million. Wood and articles of wood charcoal, 108 million. Residues, wastes of food industry, animal fodder, 77 million. Base metals, not specific elsewhere, ceramics, 68 million. Now give me 1 second, I gotta take this. I'm sorry about that. I had to take that call. All this is 2023. Aluminum, aircraft, spacecraft, commodities, nickel, oil seed, oligarch fruits, grain, seed, fruits, electrical, electronic equipment, milling products. But do that sound like something? I'm going to ask y'all a question. Do that sound like something enemies do? Work together like that? Does that sound like something enemies do? Does it sound like Russia is an enemy to this country? Or this country is an enemy to Russia? See, with what I do for a living, I'm out around construction sites a lot. And if you talk to people, they'll tell you, you drive by a construction site, you see Mexicans and you see white people. which is a fact. Even though I saw 2 crews the other day that was all black. I don't know if it's their company or not, but nobody out there but black folks, right? So with me going out here, I get to talk to these folks. A lot of those white people on those sites that you see, they are Russian people, or from what I would call a Russian country. Who this country is bringing here. They got us focused on them. Latinos, Hispanics, whatever they call. They got us focused on them. But they have allied together. So when I say Team Black, that is something we're supposed to be doing, repping black people together, even if you're going to make like their enemy. Because obviously, there's some people that have been fooled in thinking, that have been tricked in thinking that Russia is enemy to this country and is enemy to these other people, what they call them, they're enemies to the West. And they're going to just go around gallivanting around the world, giving their all to help black folks. Now, I just sit here and I showed you, I told you where to get it from, and I read off all of the imports that this country get from Russia. So can y'all truly, do y'all think, for all the people who say, let's deal with Russia, go to Russia, do y'all truly think that, let's talk to the Russians, do y'all truly think that the Russians gonna turn against the hand that's feeding them for y'all? Do y'all think so? Or is it time for us to look in the mirror and say, we have to depend on ourselves? What do y'all think it is? I say it's time for us to depend on ourselves. We have to start seeing something in us without always reaching out to other people, without thinking other people is going to do something for you. So do we really have allies? Because if you're depending on Russia to help you, that means Russia is an ally. And if Russia and China have all these weapons and we have nothing, so in y'all hypothetical scenario, they take over the West. Do you think they're going to take you over? Because you have nothing. We have nothing to defend ourselves. I see Burkina Faso trying. Burkina Faso just kicked out a Russian mining company. I was watching this movie. I can't even think of the name of it. Michael Jai White in the movie. The guy who played in that 50 Cent movie, Get Rich or Die Trying, whatever the name of it. He was in a wheelchair, the one that set 50 Cent up to get shot in the movie, right? Him and Michael Jai White was in a movie together. And they linked up with these 4 white dudes to rob a bank. And after robbing the bank, they were sitting in the front of the vehicle. Michael Jai White driving, the other guy's the passenger. They thought they had allies in robbing that bank. But those guys pulled a gun on them and tried to kill them both. They killed Michael Jai White. The other guy got away. Kind of like what will happen if we sit around and keep thinking, let's just call Russia. Russia can do it for us. Russia can do it for us. No, man, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do something ourselves. We're going to have to do something for ourselves. We're going to have to say, this is what we can do. And we can't go out, like Marcus Garvey said, any leadership that teaches you to depend on another race is a leadership that will enslave you. And we have to stop looking for other people to do our work. Ain't nobody been through what we've been through. Ain't nobody going through what we're going through. And we're still down here, don't have anything to say. You know what? You know what? We're going to take care of ourselves, right? We're still looking for them. We're still looking for them to do something for us. People like to ask, so what's your problem with Russia? What has Russia ever done to African people? I tell people, look up and they can find for themselves. I'm tired of going through that. But I just showed you what they're doing with this country, the country y'all think they're going to turn around and fight. If we want allies, we have to look at one another and say we're going to ally with each other. Dr. John Henry Clark told us a long time ago, we have no friends. If you want a friend, look in the mirror. And if you don't see nothing friendly looking back, then you have no friends. We have no friends. I'm not talking about one person or two people or the black person that got a non-black girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm not talking about one or two people. I'm talking about as a group. We have no friends. And even the ones who got the non-black boyfriend or girlfriend, are they really your allies, or they just want to lay down and be with a black person, a black man or a black woman? So do we have allies? So for the people that like to talk about these other countries that's going to come through, or these other countries that can help, or these other countries that can go to Africa, who have all of their weaponry and all of their military already built up, and the African nations have nothing. So anybody who think that that's what we gonna that's what we can depend on, we're lost. The only thing that we can actually depend on is ourselves, but we have to get confidence in ourselves. We need confidence in ourselves other than just talking about it. We need confidence we have confidence when we talk about each other. We have confidence when we talk about each other. Because when we did have a militia walking around with 5,000 black people, you can listen to most of black YouTube. All they had was a whole bunch of negative things to say. Go out their way to find negative things to say. Well, he's an agent. How do you know? That's the only thing we did. But now all of a sudden, and I'm talking to the folks, they pro-black Pan-African. Now all of a sudden they have found some other people who's going to come and do something for you. See, those people understood. Those 5,000 people that was walking, those 5,000 black people that was out there, they understood our situation because they were in the same situation. And if we don't get ourselves out of this situation, the situation gonna only worsen. But we can find all the negative things to say about them. But boy, we want to big up China and Russia. Let's reach out to them. Reach out to them for what? Ask me, what are you going to tell them? What do you need? What do you need from them? Now, if they're going to ally and they're going to give you something, what are you going to give them? Man, we better take a look in the mirror, black men. We better take a look in the mirror so we can lead the way. We better take a look in the mirror and talk about what we can do if we want our situation straight. We better take a look in the mirror. We got a whole lot of work to do. That ain't no Russian, no Chinese, no white people in this country, no other people nowhere else around the world gonna be able to help black people with other than black people. We have a lot of stuff that we need fixing, and we're going to have to look and we're going to have to fix it instead of trying to hold on and wait. And maybe this people going to come and save you, or maybe that people are going to come save you. Instead of saying we can save ourselves, SOS, save ourselves. Save ourselves. Can we do like that all black real estate investment company in Birmingham, Alabama, who's building $100 million project? Black contractors, black everything. Oh, I ain't know you wanted to come. I'm going to put it in here now. We can do something ourselves. We can do something ourselves, but we constantly looking for somebody else. We know how to buy this stuff and break this stuff down and rebuild it and fix it, huh? Huh? Everybody going to our home except us. Everybody going talking about what they can do except us. Everybody is getting those resources and building themselves up except us. And we ain't working together because we're looking for someone else to do it. Somebody else go work with our folks. Somebody else. But we don't. And look, man, we have an author on it. What's going on? I can't hear you, Aunt. There you go.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. You must be muted. Can't hear you. Hold on 1 second. You're not muted. It's not you. Give me 1 second on it before you say anything else. No. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. It's not you. It's not you. Everybody else could probably hear you. I probably couldn't. Give me 1 second. All right, talk now on it. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't have my headphones on. My bad.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, man. Yeah, man. What's going on, man? I mean, what you said about Russia and you know how it's not going to save you, pretty much. Like it's the truth. And you know what? Frederick Douglass. No, matter of fact, it was Carter G. Woodson who said, you know, whoever doesn't, like, whoever wasn't in power, you know, before the revolution, or whoever wasn't doing shit before the revolution, after the revolution, they're not going to be in power, you know? And I think that black people just don't get that. It's common sense. Russia comes to help you in America, right? If Russia wins, Russia is going to be in charge of America. They're not going to just turn around and give you power. You know, so if you ever want to have power in America or power anywhere in your life, you can't be asking other people, because when other people come, they're coming for themselves. You know? And we have to get that logic that a lot of people are only coming for themselves.
Yep, you know what? I absolutely agree. That's exactly what we have to understand, that they're coming. And if they already have all this weaponry and they decide to say, you know what? Whatever we saved you, whatever we got for you, now we're going to take it from you. What can you do? But we got people all on social media. Oh, I'm for Russia. Why? Why? Because they are not the ones you see every day. So you think. That's why I said, if you get on these construction sites, it's not just a lot of them white folks you see, though. They speak in Russian. They speak in Russian on these, but we got people telling us, reach out to Russia. Russia can do it. I'm going to tell you something. If Russia and China, I said it earlier, thought they could overtake the West, as people say, the West, if they thought they could overtake the white people in the West and have all the power, you know what they would do? They would overtake them. But these people are working together. I see a team white. I see a team white. I don't see a team black, because a team black is getting away from each other. A team black found problems with a 5,000 black people militia. That's what social media did. They found a problem with a 5,000 black team militia in the streets. We want to find something negative with that, and we have to be negative about it. And then we think we're doing something so great and we're saying something so great. But in actuality, you're not. You're not. We're hurting ourselves. Whatever the problem is, whatever it should be, like I said, we can always talk to one another and see if we can get in. See, the thing about it is we don't want to talk to one another. We just want to find problems with one another. We want to find problems with one another and talk negative about one another. But we want to figure out a way to say, you know what? We can talk to Russia. We can talk to China. We can talk to anybody except the people that look like us. Let's just point out all the negative things about us. But we're going to find something great about Russia, about China, and they're going to be the savior of the black world. And if they did, hope you can speak Mandarin. And if they did, hope you can speak Russian. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No, and that's the thing, though. It's like you said, when black folk organize to get themselves together, we turn on black folk. So why would anybody think, like, why would anybody seriously, like, outside of this country, try to help you if when you try to help yourself, you eat yourself apart? You tear yourself apart. That man, when you talk about NFAC, right? That man is sitting in prison right now because he was serious about what we were supposed to be doing. He's sitting in prison right now. And we there just playing, like, a lot of people just playing the game, man. You know, no accountability, no nothing. No, this man is sitting in a prison cell. And he was just like, look, let me stand up for my people. And so it's like, how you going to go ask another country if that's what you do to your own people. If that's what you do to your own people, no way, nobody outside of this country is finna help you. You know, like no, it's like imagine a family, right? And they just throw their dad, away. It's like once you throw your dad away, once you throw the father of the family away, why would anybody help anybody else in the family? If you don't know what's good for you, right? Then nobody can help you. And that's the reality. It's like you had this black man come out and you said 5,000 people. 5,000 people is very hard to organize. He still got it going. And even when he got that going, people will try to clown the operation. Oh, look at that. Some of them drop their guns and blah, blah, blah. You don't have, none of y'all have none of y'all have, what you call them, militias. None of y'all have, so many black folk not doing nothing nearly as brazen, nothing nearly as ballsy, nothing nearly as potent, nothing nearly as relevant, right? But then we still found a problem with our own people. But then we go like, oh well, hopefully another country's gonna help us. For what? If you throw your leaders away that quickly, why would any other country help you? That's my question. That's all I'm saying.
That's a great question. We have become the laughing stock of the human species, right? Just like the black dude when we were on Koku channel, and he showed the guy talking about how black Americans, as he called himself, black Americans need to sue Africa for reparations, and maybe we can get the United States, remember? And maybe we can get the United States to help us to sue Africa and get our reparations for them. And the United States probably would do that because all the money will be coming back into this economy. Remember that on a Koku thing a few weeks ago? You remember that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember that.
We are always looking to somebody else to do something for us. Now, in this case, he's looking for somebody else to do something for us against us.
Yeah, that motherfucker was super cool. I ain't gonna hold you. But like, that's the thing though. It's like a lot of our people, a lot of people don't want to, like, that's why I mess with Booker T. Washington. Because Booker T. Washington wrote an essay. I keep forgetting to read that essay. But he wrote an essay called, something blah, 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 self-help. And it's like his whole philosophy was about self-help, helping yourself. Until people learn about self-help, then, nothing's going to get done. Because we always looking for external help. A lot of us, we go to church. You know how we go to church? To pray for help. Ask for a divine intervention. Ask for something. I tell you, man, and that's not just in America either. I'll tell you, I was in Tanzania. We were next door to a church, and these people, poor people, just standing around singing whatever hour of the night, talking about, like they like anything is possible with Mungu, God. Anything is possible with God. And they got nothing. But they just get up every day and just pray, blah, 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 blah. My point being, right, we always asking for somebody else to help. And, one of the things I can appreciate about Booker T. Washington, not just Booker T. Washington, a lot of African Americans in the past were on this time. But they were like, I don't know where they got it from, maybe like Aesop's Fable or something. But it's like, they were like, the gods only help those who help themselves. You know what I mean? Like they're like, we don't pray for no gods. And I'm not saying every African American, obviously, but a lot of the elders, a lot of ancestors was on the time of, the gods only help those who help themselves. Like if there are gods, what they did was they gave you the ability to help yourself. They gave you the intelligence, the wisdom, the strength, whatever. But they gave you what it was that you can help yourself. And we don't get that. And we as African people, we got to step our game up and say, look, now it's time to start helping ourselves. That's why I know you saying China's not an ally. I know that. But what I can say about China is that they decided to go help themselves. And I mean, I'm not saying they don't have no relationship with America, because they do. But what I'm saying is that you got to turn your people around, or you got to get your people to start saying to themselves, how can I help myself? Because if you don't do self-help, then you're just not doing anything, period.
And you're right. And and the thing about it is, like, how can you ally with someone when people see you don't even want to ally with yourself? We have so many problems. That's why like every conversation, everything here on this social media, because they see everybody, most people, they're here, and I ain't knocking nobody. If you can make you some money from social media, make you some money. I'm not mad. But why do black people have to be the footstool in the way for you to make some money? When you can't even ally with yourself, why would anyone else want to ally with you? The only thing other people are going to do is what they've always done, use you. They're not there for you. They are not there for you. Your allies, you say you're not friends with your allies. Therefore, some people say, well, you ain't got to be their friends. Y'all ain't got to like each other. Yeah, but your ally is supposed to be there for you. Whether you like each other or not, y'all allying because y'all have something in common and y'all supposed to be there for each other. But ain't nobody been there for us. That's why I went through. And if I need, do I need to go through? Do you think I need to go down this a list of resources, list of imports as of 2023 that Russia is that the United States is still getting from Russia? They're getting they're paying Russian billions of dollars for imports. Why would Russia bite the hand that feed them to come and save the lowly black people? I'm just saying how they see it. Why? Why would China bite the hand that's feeding them to come save people who don't think they can save themselves? Who you can constantly hear, well, we can't do this, we can't do that. Well, they won't let you do this and they won't let you do that, as if we are children to the world. So now we need the big brother to come and fight for us. Well, reach out to Russia. Huh? Reach out to China. Huh? Well, we had a 5,000 team, 5,000 member team right here who we should have all been reaching out to. You understand what I'm saying? So we could make it bigger. So maybe that 5,000 could have grown into 500,000. But instead of people wanting, and I'm not saying that was perfect, because there's nothing perfect. And I'm not saying, that he probably had flaws as a leader. There's things I know that I'm not going to sit here. But I can say this. Why not try to reach out and make that 5,000 a team? A 500,000 team. Instead, let's search. And not only do we search for that, we're going to support the people who have everything negative to say about what you see, what y'all say y'all want to see black people do. Then people had a problem with me because I said, I ain't going to support them. I'm going to turn them off. So how can I ally with somebody who won't ally with themselves? If you want to ally, look in the damn mirror. It's over 1 billion black people in this world, but we keep looking for somebody else. Well, but we don't have this. I know, but we can get it. They didn't have it either till they came and took it from you.
Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror. If you want to make a change, look at the man in the mirror. That's that. I mean, I was late for hearing that song, but that's advice we should have. Look at the man in the mirror. We don't do that enough. We always looking at the white boy. We always looking at the foreigners. We always look at the countries. We always looking at, no, look at the man in the mirror. Who's looking back at you? Because you gotta have some sort of self-respect, some sort of self-pride, some sort of self-esteem, and say to yourself, no other person is supposed to do for me what I'm supposed to do for me. No other person is supposed to do for me what I'm supposed to do for me. Like I was saying earlier, only person supposed to be feeding my son is me and my wife, I guess. Right? That's it. But the only person who's supposed to be feeding my son, or who has to feed my son, I mean, if I'm not paying them, that's the only person. And we gotta get that clear. Like you have to position your life so that you are not only in like if you want to change, you got to be the change. That's it. You have to be the change. And us saying, oh well, I want Russia. Oh, the Democrats don't do this. Oh, the Republicans. Oh, this. Oh, that. It's like, look, to some extent, I understand what you're saying, but get up, do what you need to do too. You know what I mean? Meet them halfway. That's why I say I don't like Nelly Fuller, right? But one thing I did like what he said was, he was like, if you're a black man, right? When a white man coming for you, okay, white man's gonna show up for you. When he coming for you, you supposed to meet him halfway. So he not to show up at your place, you know, when you sleeping, and then, you know, knock on the door. You supposed to meet him halfway between where he was leaving from and where you was staying at. You know, that's what men do. They go up to confront, and that's what we're not doing. You know, sister. You know, I appreciate this sister, but she was saying the other day, she was like, "Man, all I want to do is," I shouldn't tell the whole joke, but she's like, "All I want to do is finish my ice cream, and, you know, before the nuclear bomb, before World War III, and nuclear bombs go off." And it's like that's where our people are as a race. You know, we're not doing enough in this world to say, you know what, if there is a big global decision to be made, right, we're at the table. You know, we're not. You know, and that's why you said at the Berlin, that's why people say at the Berlin conference, they didn't even have us there. Because, you know, why would we be there? It's insane, man.
Yeah, we you know, and this is why are we waiting to get at their table anyway? Like I say, we always talk about we got these super, you know, if a black person, if an African person mixed with or anything else, because our gene is so dominant in it, which ain't the truth. But anyway, since your gene is so dominant and you're superior, that child is just black. That child is just we have all these dominant traits. But when it comes to being real players in the world, I understand. I do understand. What is it called? Feel good sometimes. But there's no need to talk about feel good stuff if we ain't trying to come out here and actually feel good. If we ain't coming out here trying to do the work, so our people as a group can feel. We can have all the rhetoric. We got all the rhetoric. We got all of the words to say, the fancy words. We know exactly what to say. Malachi York, whatever his name, Dwight York, whatever his name, say he had 276 trillion years of knowledge. Like, God, people fail for that. We are always, and I'm just saying, bro, it's time for us to show and prove who we are by dealing with each other in a respectful way. It's time to show and prove what black men is by dealing with us in a respectful manner, dealing with our women in respectful manner, dealing with our children in respectful manner, taking care of our community. It's time for us to create community-based businesses. It's time for us, and we have community-based business and we can have private-owned business. But sitting here waiting on somebody to come do something for you, it's just almost to the point where we fit the stereotype where they're lazy. Black people ain't gonna do nothing. They want somebody to do it for them. I'm not saying that's true, but what I'm saying is that's a stereotype that they made about us in the way we want to sit and depend on other people. It almost, that's what it seemed like. And on that note, man, tell them about, because I'm going to get off here on it. You can say what you got to say, but then tell them about your book. Tell them where they can find your book. I just purchased it. Tell them the name of your book. Tell them what it's about. Do all that before you get off here and tell them where they can find it.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I got a book out, Orangalifu, Secure Your Life, Wealth, and Health. It's a nice, kind of like I said, like you were talking about self-help book. We're talking about securing, life, wealth, and health. Because that's what really we have to be doing. We have to be getting our lives better, our wealth better, and our health better. So I go through what I call the 21 choices, basically, shout out to Forecast, but something like, choose to be racist, you know what I mean? Or choose to be a nationalist, choose to be local, choose to be scientific, choose to be married, those sort of stuff. And then I describe, what that is in detail. It's a really good book. I think it's also youth friendly, for those of you who, aren't sure if you should give your kids something too complex, too complicated. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But I appreciate you, and again, I'm grateful for the wisdom, as always.
Man, I thank you for coming up, man. Hey, save my spot, man. Save my spot over there in Tanzania, man. Save my spot. All right. I'm coming. I'm gonna have to come to town. I'm gonna have to come to Tanzania, man. Me and Anuli and Jake and Jacoby and Porcia. We're gonna have to come. We're gonna have to come visit. You got enough space, right?
So I don't tell me Tanzania big. That's all I know.
Oh, you see how you talking? You got enough space, man, where we can stay over there. You got enough space where we can come visit you, and you're gonna have a cookout while we there.
Cookout? Nah, this yard too small for a cookout. You
Oh,
go, you know, yeah.
this. So what you're saying is we can't come to your house.
I'll run about the lady. I'll run about the missus.
But look, man, I thank you for coming up, man. I'm glad y'all check out his book. I just got his book. Check out his channel, The Pro-Black Perspective. I want y'all to check out the Forecast Radio. Check out Bitter Medicine Podcast. He's Saturday night from 8 to 10, 8 to 11, something like that. Check out our matron. She do great readings during the week. I don't know what book she's reading this week, but that's the name of her channel, Our Matron. Y'all should check her out. She does great readings, but y'all, and I'm glad y'all here. Y'all share the show. Understand that the allies, and I'm not saying we may not ever need an ally, but what I'm saying is the first ally we need is ourselves. We have to learn to ally with ourselves, and once we have respect, we will ally with ourselves. And on that note, man, I thank everybody for coming through, and I want y'all to remember: be black, buy black, think black, love black. Everything else will take care of itself. Peace and one love.